Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I just have been tracking my budget for the last year, asking friends who have similar families as me living in the area how much they're spending on groceries every month. And I am over by a couple $100 every month. I've tried to bring it down, but I just am not willing to compromise on certain healthy foods. And I've already made several compromises the past couple of years. So I just want to know, how much should I be willing to compromise on healthy food in order to keep a budget?
Look, you called the right place.
This is a great question.
Isn't it?
And I can't think of a better person to be sitting beside on this one, because I'm in the middle here.
You are.
I don't know where I'm at on this.
Listen,
what are you going to say? I'm gonna lean on you.
I'll tell you what I think. So first off, I want to know what your numbers are. I want to know more about you before I go into it. It's not going to change my answer. I just want to know.
Okay.
What are you spending on groceries? How big is your family? Family of 4?
Yeah, so we are a family of 4. I've got a family of 5, new baby.
Oh.
He doesn't really count.
Mm-hmm.
So family of 5, I'm spending $1,300 a month. And when we first moved here, I was spending it at a really nice store. And when that got too out of hand, I moved down to a store that didn't have as good of quality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When that got too out of hand, I moved to a different one. So for some reason, I just can't kick the $1,300 a month.
Okay. And what baby step are you on, 2?
We don't have any debt except for a mortgage. And we've got some savings.
Spend $1,400.
Okay, don't get too excited.
I'm just saying,
Mrs. Clean Food. How much your income? Combined income?
Just barely. We moved up to 120.
Oh yeah.
Listen. Okay, and it doesn't change my answer in the way that
Well, yeah. What is your official declaration?
My official stance on this is when you're working the baby steps, you don't sacrifice your health long term for it. So getting out of debt is not an excuse to eat crap. It's not you eating ramen noodles every night, because we got to live, Ken. We can't be out here with high blood pressure and the gout and all these things that holding us back.
I love that you dropped. I love the gamut. High blood pressure to gout. I mean, you covered it all.
I'm saying there's a logical point where it becomes
I agree with you.
Unhealthy.
But let me ask you this, because you're the queen of cutting costs and you eat as clean as anybody that I know.
I try my best.
This is my
This is
statement.
your okay.
Of the people that I know, I don't know anybody that eats cleaner than you.
Okay.
All right. Now, here's the question.
Yeah.
Is it worth digging a little bit? First of all, she's fine on margin and percentage
you're totally
there.
fine.
But
1,300's good. And before you get into this, Ken, let me just back you up, Lauren. If you look at like the FDA standards for a family of 4, it's usually somewhere between $800 and $1,200. Now, they break it down on kind of it's almost like a good, better, best, like for a less expensive budget, a median expensive budget, and for people who can spend a little bit more, that's the way they break it down. And for the folks who can spend a little bit more, it's usually between $800 and $1,200.
So that's great.
So you're right there.
So here's the question I have.
Okay.
And Lauren, I'm asking a question on your behalf, if you'll allow.
Okay.
If you were going to sit at Lauren's table tonight,
Yeah.
and you were going to do an audit, where would you be looking to try to shave money on what is already a reasonable thing for healthy food? Do you have, and I'm not trying to get you to endorse anybody, but are you like, is it online or are there different brands? Like, what would you be looking at to help her so that she can kind of double down and go, all right, I got some Jade hacks here to maybe see if I can save a little bit? Doesn't sound like she might be able to.
I'd be looking for the convenience items. For instance, most people, if they have the money, they're looking to save time, right? That's the next thing. It's like, I can spend the money in order to save more time, right? Lauren probably has spent more money to save time. So I'd be looking for things that are prepackaged, like snacks. Like when you have 5 kids, you want to just be able to throw the things in the kids' lunch, right? So you might buy the snack things that are prepackaged, the prepackaged things and nuts, the prepackaged, that sort of deal, as opposed to, okay, I'm going to buy the big Sam's Club, package of, cheesy smiles,
like
or whatever
300
it is. You know
carrots.
I mean? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so I'd look for convenience items. I'd then look for in the freezer section. So I'd be looking, okay, is she buying, frozen waffles to get breakfast on the table in the morning? Okay. So that's where...
Are frozen waffles healthy, though?
There's some that are better than others.
Lauren, do you get frozen waffles?
No, everything I make is generally pretty homemade.
Love
we have
that.
chickens, we do sourdough.
But for you, you're probably splurging in the area. I mean, I'm just guessing you're probably buying more non-GMO, more organics.
Yeah, where's your biggest
higher
expense? What would you say is your biggest expense?
We stopped doing it because it was so expensive, but I really, really care about buying from local farms and dairies because
great.
I like how they treat their animals better, and I think that the chemicals and things aren't in there as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
But we stopped doing that because it was $10 a gallon.
Yeah, you know what you're probably going to find is it's their trade-offs that you're making. Even when Sam and I were in $460,000 of debt back then, I was spending $60 a week on groceries. Remember, this is back in the day. But those were what you're talking about. Everybody has a set of values that they care about, whether it's, I don't want the red 40 and the yellow 5s, or, I'm trying to avoid the dyes, or I want to buy local, or I care about organics. You might not be able to afford to do all of it, but if you say, for meat specifically, I really care about that, and because of that, I'm willing to skimp in other areas, it's a trade-off.
But are you saying that Lauren can go back to that same budget? Lauren, this is why you called. I'm hearing Jade's okay with that number.
Once you're in baby steps 4, 5, and 6, right? And you're able to kind of not be in that balls to the wall mode. I think that as long as you're doing the things that cause you to be a financially responsible adult, you're investing 15%, you're putting extra on the mortgage, you're putting away for the kids' college. If you're still doing all of those things and you have the margin and you say, yeah, I'd love to be able to splurge on this, milk from next door, whatever, the
$10 a gallon milk from Farmer Roy.
I don't know, but I'm saying that's because some people will go out and go to a really nice meal at a restaurant, and they'd rather do that. And so at this point, it's really about how you enjoy spending your margin and what the value set is.
You guys
for
have
your
worked
family.
hard. You guys have worked hard, Lauren.
Yeah.
To have this margin, to then eat for life. I like this. This is really fun. And I got to tell you, I'm telling Lauren, I'm telling you, I'm telling the entire audience.
Tell us.
Guess what I signed up me and Stacy for in February?
Wall Pilates.
A sourdough class.
Oh.
I'm going to go learn how to make sourdough, and I get to come home with the mother. Is that what they call that? Did I get that right?
In more ways than one, Ken.
Well, 2 mothers. Come home with 2 mothers.
Come on.
How exciting is that?
So
you and
excited.
Sam got to come over. Guess what I'm going to make for you guys?
And I'll take whatever loaf you give me.
Sourdough pizza. I'm going to make it on my big Kamado Joe for you.
I'm going to hold you to that, and I want all of the discard.
How to make sourdough.
That's good, Ken.
Yeah.
Keep me posted.
Yeah.
Blog about it.
Yeah. But I'll tell you about it.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.